A huge component of the economic recovery is travel, and pandemic lockdowns have led to massive losses in tax revenue. I spoke with one travel expert who explained why he thinks now is still not the best time to plan a trip, and we also talked about the recent issues with Boeing. Peter, as always, great to see you. Thanks for joining us here on NewsNation.
Thank you.
I understand we're getting a much clearer picture today about what happened to that United Airlines flight. The engine broke apart, pieces fell to the ground over Denver. What can you tell us about some of the preliminary findings today?
Well, it was originally reported as an uncontained engine failure. Turns out it was contained. The engine stayed on the plane. It didn't rip into the body of the plane, which would have been truly catastrophic. But upon further inspection, what the NTSB determined was that there was a fan blade disintegration, which could have been caused by metal fatigue. These are titanium fan blades that are very hollow on the inside, and it turns out it could have disintegrated from the inside out. This is a very serious situation for any airline flying that model PW4000 jet. And as a result of that, that's why the United Airlines folks grounded all of their planes. They're the only U.S. airline that flies that engine on their 777s. Other airlines around the world have done the same. About 130 planes are now grounded. And the FAA is about to issue, if they haven't already, an emergency airworthiness directive that says that all of these engines must be inspected for the fan blade disintegration or the metal fatigue before they're allowed to fly again.
What goes into an inspection like that, and how soon can these planes be back in the air?
Well, they test them electronically looking for hairline fractures. The test will take probably basically 2 to 3 days per engine. They're not inexpensive because every blade has to be tested. Pratt & Whitney, the manufacturer, will be doing that at their expense as well, back at their headquarters. So you're going to see planes grounded probably for the next month, if not just a little longer.
Peter, I want to talk to you about international travel. You're joining us from Istanbul. It's probably not on people's minds right now to travel around the world, but I think in time people will be ready as more of the world gets vaccinated. What should people be expecting as far as the outlook for international travel?
Well, we're already starting to see some of those regulations come into play. Qantas, the airline in Australia, says that when they resume flying, you cannot even make a reservation on their airplane unless you show proof of vaccination. Same thing with cruise lines are starting to do that. They started with their crews. Now they're going to extend that to passengers. You're going to get to a vaccination passport. And when that happens, it'll probably be a digital document that can be easily updated, easily verified and readable on a universal plane. And at that point, we'll think of it like we take our shoes off at the airport, but we're going to have it. Now, getting vaccinated and getting that passport doesn't mean you're liberated. You're still going to have to wear a mask for a while, and you're still going to get tested, especially if you're going on a cruise ship at least 2 or 3 times during your cruise to satisfy the port requirements every time you land.
And people may be wondering, are things open if they're going to start to travel internationally? In Turkey, for example, things are beginning to open back up.
They are, and by March 1st, they'll open up even more. But the European Union countries are not. That includes now the United Kingdom, thanks to Brexit. They're not a European Union country, but they're on lockdown as well. Asia has not opened up. New Zealand and Australia may not even open up at all this year. But there are about 60 countries now that are opening up, as long as you play by the rules, provide the appropriate test results, and when necessary, quarantine. It's starting to open up. The people who got shut out of their summer vacations last year are bound and determined not to be shut out this year. The good news is the airlines have waived and gotten rid of all those draconian ticket change fees. At least the U.S. airlines have done it. So if you want to fly overseas, you can basically strategically think, roll the dice, because should your flight get canceled or should you have to cancel, you're not going to get hit with a change fee that in many cases exceeded the cost of your ticket. Those fees are gone now. So you can actually play that game and win. However, if you want to go overseas, make sure you have a similar agreement with your resort, your hotel, your tour operator, so that you're not stuck with a voucher that you may not be able to use, that you have an ability to get your money back should they cancel the trip.
Well, safe travels to you, Peter Greenberg. As always, appreciate your time.
You got it. Thanks.
Thanks, Peter.